We're recording.
We're recording, and this is not an episode.
Absolutely not.
It is very important that everybody listens and knows that we're taking a break.
Yes. This is more. Is this an apology?
This is the time. This is official corrections and apologies. It's. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the bed again.
Oh, hello. It's gossip time. Should we tell people that? Should we let people know there's no Sunil, or let them work it out for themselves?
Yeah. 1 hour in. Yeah, it's just me and James.
It's just a bit of a dad catch-up, right?
Yeah, we're buying ourselves. We're having a little sort of week off, just in the bit between while Sunil unavailable.
Why is that? We don't know. We're getting a voice message.
He's sending us a voice message. We'll play it at the end, or whenever James feels he would like to play it.
Or not, because either he's not done it or I've forgotten.
Yeah, so brace yourself.
Or it's just a tirade. It could feasibly be a 4-letter tirade. You know what Sunil's like.
Yeah, it's the stuff that we have to cut out. So, we're in the middle. We're sort of in the middle of the Christmas bit. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty unhealthy.
Yes.
And I can sort of see the me that's like, I'm going to abstain from drink and just eating chocolate all the time. But right now, I'm still going to be that guy. I'm going to wallow in it. Yeah. I went out and bought one of them tubs of Heroes yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Was that a cheap tub of Heroes?
No, I think they've realised that's one of the things that is evergreen. Could have got a half-price Panettone, sure.
It feels bonkers to be buying a full tub of Christmas chocolates after Christmas is done. That feels like, why do you want to do it? Because you're happy with it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the lifestyle, and I'm going to keep it running probably until 12th night, and then boom, new me.
I'm at that bit where I haven't stopped being merry, but I've had enough of it, but I'm still having little bits of chocolate and eating a bit too much, and not drinking loads, but just drinking more than I probably normally would, but definitely than I normally would do. So I think the cumulative effect of that is I'm now feeling a bit sort of bloated and depressed. Like, I noticed that when I drink booze, like not to excess, although I did drink a little bit to excess before, but sustained alcohol, I just tend to get a bit sad eventually. Yeah.
Rolling anxiousness.
That's exactly it. And when I stopped drinking for a bit, probably a couple of years ago, I did like 3-4 months off of it. It was very crystal clear that alcohol fueled anxiety, and then you're like, well, why do I do this? But it's hard at Christmas, isn't it, not to get carried away?
The little cocktails taste so nice.
It was little cocktails that done me in
what did you do? Come on, then. Let's have a lesson. What was your little cocktail of choice?
Well, we went round our friends over the road, and basically the vibe was that everybody was going to do a cocktail for everybody.
Oh yeah.
So it was. So mine was an old fashioned, like nice. Very simple, whiskey, bitters, and like a sugar, like water syrup type thing.
Oh, you did a simple syrup.
Well, we actually had. It turns out that Nick had some raffle or something, had got some really fancy Italian sugar syrup stuff. So I was just squirting that out of his fancy bottle.
Very nice.
So I was doing that. I was mixing it up. But Dave, whose house we were in, was basically like, he's a very clever man, and was like, we can't go mad on these cocktails. Let's have a beer in between to spread it out. Yes. So the night
not quite zebraing.
The night went thus. Arrived, snowball.
Nice.
Beer, to be sensible. Old-fashioned. Second old-fashioned.
Oh.
A beer to be sensible. So back-to-back old-fashions, and then a beer to be sensible.
Yeah.
And then We had three. He made dark and stormy.
Ooh,
Which
that's
is
rum and ginger beer, isn't it?
Rum, ginger beer, and lime. Very nice, and he had really nice rum.
We should probably just explain to listeners what the snowball is for people who weren't alive in the 70s or 80s.
It's Advocaat, which is custard.
Eggnog to America. Yeah, it's basically eggs.
Basically like sugary eggs, egg whites, and brandy mixed together. And a snowball is that liqueur mixed with lemonade and lime juice. But James splits the difference, don't you? By just
I've not experimented with it yet. I've figured, right, if I'm squirting lime into my lemonade and then mixing it with me boozy custard, why don't I just go for Sprite or 7-Up? I've got a 7-Up cooling in the fridge. I think tonight will be the night that I'll finally see if that does actually work.
It don't feel right, does it? Don't feel good.
I'm the only snowball aficionado, though. No one else seems to want to buy into my claims that eggy lemonade is quite nice, actually.
It's very got a medicinal taste, and I had one. It wasn't terrible, but now I am sitting on. But someone gave me a snowball.
Nice.
But in preparation for Christmas, I also bought my own bottle of Advocaat. So I'm sitting on an unopened bottle of Advocaat, and I don't think I'm ever going to open it.
There's another one called like a Summit Duck, like a fuzzy duck, which is basically like Advocaat and cream, which I think is more like a sort of an eggnog type vibe.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
You scrape a bit of nutmeg on it. Right, so we've done 2 old fashions. We're back to our second beer. What hit us next?
Then it was a dark and stormy, but then
DNS.
Basically it's like 3 of those.
Oh,
but into like intermittently beers to go mad.
But I'm sensing that rather than going dark and stormy beer in a zebra or barcode type format, I'm sensing double fisting situation. You got dark and stormy, sipping beer, sort of a simulcast.
Yes. Basically, mistakes were made. We had to drive to Yorkshire the following morning, and Nicola quite cannily stopped drinking at a very reasonable hour. And basically, she saw where this was heading.
Yeah.
And we'd packed away to go home. We packed it because we bought all our own cocktail stuff, and then basically, which included the potato peeler, but then basically me and Dave were like, let's just keep. We were like begging and pleading. Can we have one more little cocktail? We deserve it. We've been really good.
We had all them beers, remember?
I was powerful. I would say I've not been that drunk in a very long time. I was powerfully shit-faced.
What day was this in the Christmas period?
It was the 21st of December.
Right. Is that the Saturday? Yeah, that was the Saturday before,
just the right place in the calendar to not completely ruin Christmas, but definitely take my desire to drink alcohol completely out of the mix.
Nice.
Past that point. Although I have had a little bit since. But that's me. But then I was throwing up a lot in the morning.
Oh dear.
I didn't know this. I didn't know how it happened.
No.
But I came down. I did this thing that I always do. Funny thing to Nicola. Where I'm like, I think I need to talk to Dave because I think his cocktails have gone off.
Yeah, his eggs. Probably the eggs.
Yeah, he's gone off. He's using an old bottle of Advocaat. I wasn't to know, and now I'm paying the price.
You're the innocent in this story, really, aren't you?
I'm a victim of a crime. So that was that. So I've done that, and now I'm I'm ready to get to January to get to a bit of a clean start. And I think I'm definitely going to not drink for a bit.
Isn't it your birthday, though?
Yeah, but ever since I've gone... since I'm older, my birthdays are very different to what they used to be, but much more attuned to the birthday of like a 7-year-old, basically.
Okay.
Do you know, say like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I want to watch a weird horror film that I've found, and I want to have enchiladas. That's my tea. That's nice. Do you know what I mean? That's my birthday. Yeah. That's how my birthdays normally roll. I can't be bothered to. I hate the attention of a birthday party type thing. I don't mind going to birthday parties, but I don't want to be the one there. Everyone's there to celebrate, you know. So I keep it low key and just like have a chat with my dad and my mum, and then just eat me, and then just have like a special tea that Nicola makes me, which really could be basically my birthdays could be along the vibes of, you know, hot dogs and bowling.
Nice
with 3 of my friends or something from school, like
and they get to take home a little bag.
Exactly. Totally.
Cool stuff.
I'm back there.
Nice. That's good then. What about New Year's though? That is the day of the listening for the listener. I mean, that's a weird way of saying that this episode's coming out on New Year's Eve. But
yeah, that's a weird way to talk.
It is, isn't it? What are you doing? Are you going old school? Are you going up that pub?
Yes, I believe that we are. I'm going out. There's some people from the village just having some pints in the pub. I'm going to have some pints in the pub. Our kids are coming out. I'm not going to be very stressed about making it to midnight. Right. I very much don't care about that and will happily bow out at 10, 11 o'clock. We've got to keep, our son has to have like a semi-normalish bedtime. This poor kid, enabled by mum and dad having a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's seeing 11 o'clock. This is crazy.
Ouch.
Festive time piss-ups. But these are days when he gets to just smash his Nintendo Switch, you know what I mean? So he's having a good time.
Are you going to get the whole pub in on it and do like a fake countdown at 10:30?
I didn't think about that, but I think that's a good idea.
One of my signature moves, which is probably why my wife does not want to go to the pub this Christmas, this New Year's Eve, is I get a bit drunk, and then from 11:10 till 11:45, I just will randomly shout 10 and see who joins in. And you'll get a couple. It's funny the first 7 times.
Yeah.
But,
thing is, as well, is this.
Where's Sin?
Yeah, I bet. And you're the sort of person, you're over height that would attract people trying to hit you in the face sometimes.
They will have a go. Yeah, they will have a go.
Like your presence aggravates smaller men.
Yes.
I'm going to do that though. I'm going to do that in May. I'll do it once and once over.
In May? It won't work in May.
No, I'll do it in this. I'll do it when this is coming out. I'll do it when the people are listening. I'll do it tonight. New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Nice.
But this, again, cannot stress enough that this is not an episode. We'll do the full Christmas debrief. Yeah. I've got some tales. Don't burn
them on me. We need Sunil here to listen.
Sunil. Also, I'll tell you one of them.
I wonder whether his mic's off.
I'll tell you one of them, but as a top line level, and then we'll go into it next time. But it's not good.
Tease.
But I've been scammed. I've been scammed online, and I feel so stupid. But we'll come back to that when Sunil's in, because I'm going to need some tough love, to be honest.
I think Sunil's more the sort of person that can help you with that.
If I tell you what the steps that I went through to get fleeced, it's not good for me. You know, it's an embarrassing tale. So,
okay. Does it turn out there aren't hot MILFs in your area?
I've been looking around. I've been trying to give these hot MILFs some money.
I look forward to hearing the full story. I hope everything's all right, of course. And
I have a housing. It's fine. It's fine. The main thing is humiliation. But overall, good. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Good.
Was your Christmas good?
Yeah, I had a similar, the night before your fall from grace, I had a similar fall from grace with, it was on a parent, I mean, the boozy one, the zebraing, the piss poor zebraing.
Yes.
Do you know what zebraing is, by the way? I'm going to keep saying it.
No, I didn't know when you said it those first few times.
You
but
thought
I think
I'd stop saying didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I thought I'll get through bluffing, but I sort of figured it out while you were talking. As in, is it just zigzagging between?
Yeah, you have like a boozy drink and then a non-boozy drink, a boozy drink. That's zebra-ing.
Yeah, but crucially, my non-alcoholic drink was a pint of beer.
Yeah, yes.
Crucially,
so it's more tigering than zebra-ing, I'd say, on this, or just puma.
It was like, still a 4-5% beer to calm down in the gaps was, in retrospect, very daft.
That is a sort of decision. That's where my mind often goes, and it did on my Friday night out with other parents from the school run. I found a kindred spirit. I'll explain a bit more about him in a minute. He's possibly my best friend now.
A brand new best friend.
I got a new best friend.
Okay.
We're talking about starting a podcast. No, we're not. Although maybe we did, to be honest. Maybe we did. I got into the frame of mind where I'd had a bit of booze, and I think what I need to do now is have a little something to sober me up. A shot of tequila. I think because I associate the feeling of tequila, that sort of with being sober. So,
but it's like the sharp burst of energy of a vodka Red Bull into it. Like, this is science now. You're feeding your body toxins that would kill a bull. So this has to be a good decision.
Yeah, I've never felt more alive.
Yeah.
So I had a few of them, and then we had to pack everything the next day to do our Christmas stuff. So I packed poorly. I had 20 pairs of pants and mostly trainer socks.
Yes.
So I was ready, I was going away for 5 days, but I was ready for basically soiling myself 4 times a day.
I always go big on pants.
You got to at our age.
You always much prepare for, It's, I don't like feeling unclean. Do you know what I mean? So I always, largely in underpants. If I've got a clean pair of underpants, I've got a spring in my step,
Yeah.
But
pop them in your pocket as a pocket square.
I need to know more about this new friend, but I think we'll keep that.
Well, I'm a little bit. So it turns out he went to university in the same place at the same time as me, but we've apparently never met. But he's definitely got an anecdote from a house party that we were definitely both at. And
is it one where is it about this horrible big lad doing something grotesque, and then you're like, that was me actually.
I've got.
We thought you'd have died.
I fear that he's someone that I've slighted in the past, and I'm at like stage 1 of an elaborate revenge plot.
Yes,
like that you'd find in a Channel 5 drama series.
Yeah, this feels like a Channel 5 as well. It's like it's come to Chipping Norton.
Can't say live in Chipping Norton, so you can say that all you want.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, right. Well, where do you live? Is it Birmingham?
Yeah, those are the two.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so you're getting rused by this guy, but it is nice, isn't it, at this age? Most of the chats, I love talking to people about what they do, to the point where I think people will think I'm taking the piss, but I'm generally very interested in. Do you know, I'm really interested in logistics. So when someone does I met a guy who's like an engineer that works for some big company. It's on the face of it's quite a dry job, do you know? But I'm really interested in how the back of house stuff works. Like, I met a guy that he works in a factory making Chicago town pizzas.
Oh, you find out how they get so deep?
Yeah, but I was very I asked him so many questions. But he was saying, like, it's basically a factory where they do lots of different brands of pizzas, a food production company that percentages of their time are bought out by big companies, like that sort of stuff. Okay, so this is how it works. It's not a Chicago town factory. It's like Chicago town have parameters that they buy. Someone makes something to the specifications of a Chicago town pizza. That sort of thing where honestly the guy's like, yeah, it's not a very interesting job, but I'm like, so you order this stuff in on their behalf, or do they send it? You know, like this sort of, it's very boring chat, but that's the stuff that I really like talking about. And I never want to talk about doing comedy stuff, never. Because it's always, it's very like people just want to wear that you're very successful and happy all the time. You know, you're like, yeah.
Tell me about a heckler. Have you ever had a shit gig?
Tell me about a heckler, and you're like, well, they're all dreadful people, and what they say is bad.
Well, it's also, I think people don't understand that heckling isn't just someone shouting out your shit. It's someone trying to join in is actually the worst, is heckling, and it's very often the worst kind of heckling.
Yes, you much prefer
an antagonism, because you can like go back at that and kind of shut them up, and it's clear what's going on. But if it's someone trying to join in and then you sort of have a bit of a pop at them, you can come across as a bit more of a grumpy Susan.
This is stuff that I've struggled with and continue to struggle with, is finding that tone of like, and not. I think as I'm getting older and doing it longer, a lot of my aggression with that sort of interaction is lifting, because largely I understand where it's coming from. And when you're talking to some mum who's drank a bit too much or something like that, and he's just like, she's broadly very nice, and it's not, she's not meaning to. And I think it's like your entire personality isn't wrapped up in that exchange anymore. So basically just trying to be a bit nicer to people, and also seeing. But I don't think I think seeing very good comedians be able to neutralize that stuff with basically a positive approach and love. Innately, that is not how I am wired. We know if anyone's listened to this podcast, I'm a petty, vengeful man. So it's like basically hardwiring my body to be nicer, when what I want to do is threaten people and have them out in car park for a fight. But it's good to. We need to go. This is not an episode, but it's good to have new friends, isn't it? It's good to have. This is what I'm saying. Like most of these chats, like they're sort of like you're going through the motions with dad chats, and dad chats. Your dads you're speaking to all kind of different ages. It's not like school, is it? So I'm like talking to a guy who's in his 50s who's got a son at the same school, and like we get on and that. But it's just when you find someone who gives you a cheeky wink, and you're like, okay, we're gonna get into some mischief. Yes. Can I pass me the potato peeler? And I left. We're gonna. To peel orange, that was to peel orange strips, by the way.
Of course it was. It was.
To put
it's the best way to do it.
To put into the old-fashioned.
Give them a twist.
Give them a twist to release the fun.
Can I leave you with a little tip that I learned this Christmas period for my old-fashions? Please. Substitute the sugar syrup, or whatever it is, for maple syrup.
Shut up. Why? Because it's sugar, because it's a sweet syrup.
Mix that with your bitters. If you can get your hands on the Angostura orange bitters,
yes,
even better.
I've got them.
That maple syrup and whiskey, stir it all up with a block of ice. And do your little orange twist, of course.
I'm going to do that. That goes well. The flavours of the maple syrup, the Christmassy, will go very well.
What a flavour profile!
What a flavour! What a notion to end on. What a flavour profile.
And also, because of the maple syrup, you've got a wonderful mouthfeel.
Oh, yeah, because it's got its coating your tongue. That's brilliant. This is not an episode, but that is a tip. Now we're going to go. We're going to come back soon with a full episode. And here maybe is a voicemail. Could be a voicemail from Sunil. If not, just put some noise of some pigs.
Hello, Rural Concerns listeners. I've been asked at a very short notice to do a record, but I can't because I'm working on my radio show, which has gone over time and over budget because of a guy called Chris Cantrell, who's been in my producer's ear for the last couple of months, distracting him with less important work. Welcome to this episode of Rural Concerns. I'm recording this sitting on the edge of my bed, quite late at night now. Been a long day. Probably a bit ill, actually. Got a Sudafed. I think you can get addicted to those, but I'm going to give it a good go. Please enjoy whatever it is that's coming up. Hope you had a nice Christmas.